Welcome to One Shots, where we give you the latest breaking news, trend events, and spoiler talk. I'm Costello, Sergeant Riggs.
And I am Charles, Sergeant Murtaugh. And today we are going to be giving you the highlights on what's been going on with WB and DC. James Gunn, obviously, all over the news again. And this behind the scenes footage that has recently come out. And again, James Gunn is front and center. We all got questions.
But before we do that, guys, please make sure you're subscribed to the channel and don't forget to like and share the video and leave your comments down below.
All right, all right.
So, Charles, this guy keeps putting himself front and center on every single marketing. What the fuck is going on? And it's not just us. Other people, other outlets are noticing the same thing. Even Grace Randolph is noticing it. I'm like, what the hell, man? What's your take on this?
Well, look. It's no secret. I'm not gonna go watch this movie. I don't care if it makes $100 million and it flops, or it makes $1 billion and it succeeds. I'm still not gonna watch it. I'm not gonna watch it for one thing and one reason only. It's the principalities involved, my friend. They didn't finish something. WBD didn't finish it. I'm not gonna go watch it. But regarding this, somebody responded to a post that I made. I want to say it was like a couple of weeks ago. And I was talking about him being front and center and always in the limelight when it comes to promoting a Superman movie. And it was a DCU outlet, obviously DCU outlet, but I can't even remember the name of it. It might have been a bot for all I know. But these new sites keep popping up every single day. And one of them responded and said something like, James Gunn is in all of the promotion because he is working with a relatively new audience, and the DC brand is not trusted right now, and they want James Gunn front and center because they need to show the audience that they have a competent director at the helm. Something to that effect. I'm paraphrasing. But yeah, but they want to show that this DCU is in good hands. And that's why he seems to be front and center. I don't believe that at all.
I don't either.
I believe that James Gunn is front and center because James Gunn wants to be front and center. I don't think he cares enough about Superman other than what he's learned from everybody on Twitter and what comes out of his mouth. And I don't believe a word of it. He's front and center because this is a vanity project for James Gunn. I'm pretty sure he's been getting people saying that he can't make a Superman film. His Superman film is going to be silly. His Superman film is going to be this. His Superman film is going to be that. But here we are. He's trying to do something that's really never been done before. He's trying to please a fan base that really doesn't exist for the type of movie he wants to make. That's what I believe.
Also, the shills that are like like you said, the bots are just getting nastier and nastier and nastier because yes, it's showing desperation. Like I've been like I put my middle finger on a poster because that's exactly how I feel, and I've gotten so many personal attacks on me because they know they see the writing in the wall. And they're ramping it up so much, like sexual attacks and transgender attacks. It's just getting to a point that it's just like, what the fuck? Like, what is wrong with people? And you get shills also attacking us about like with us being like, oh, we don't have the touch of a woman, whatever, like all that bullshit. I'm like, no, this is getting way too ridiculous because they're trying to defend the indefensible.
Exactly. Some of you guys don't deserve a platform. I'm going to go ahead and just call it what it is, because the way that you act and claim yourself to be a Superman fan and all of the things and the qualities that Superman exhibits, that's the type of Superman you like. And in the next breath, you denigrate Zack Snyder. You talk about his daughter. You talk about his family. You talk about his fans. You do all of these things, but then you come back with what you want out of your Superman. And I don't understand how that makes any sense whatsoever.
I actually want to share one thing right here. Allow me. Right here, let me just make it a little bit bigger so guys can see. Right here, Tio Rolo, I believe he's from Mexico here, was having a conversation with this guy, NOC Superman account, whatever, probably a shill or bot, whatever, and pretty much pretending to be a Superman fan and denigrating us and talking shit about us, Superman, DC, real DC fans. And he was like pretty much saying that, oh yeah, I have I know Superman, I read Superman, here's my collection. The motherfucker was caught lying his ass because he was taking pictures and images of eBay comic books of Superman and showing, oh yeah, here's my collection. It's right there on the post right there. This is what we're dealing with. People are trying to defend the indefensible and pretending to be something they are not. If you are a fan, be a fan. If you're not a fan, don't be a fan. Just say, I don't like the movie. I like the movie. I like the AP. I don't like the AP. Just be straightforward, because we have said this multiple times on our platform, live on our podcast. We tell the truth. We don't shill. We're never going to shill, because we believe, like Charles has said, we believe in integrity. We believe that you, the audience, deserve to get the honest truth. If there's something that we like, we're going to tell you about it. If it's something we don't like, we're going to tell you about it. And if James Gunn's movie makes $1 billion, it is what it is. We don't like it, but those are the facts. That's reality.
I can tell you what will happen if it makes $1 billion. 10 more years of mediocre bullshit.
But that also means even if it makes $1 billion and if there's 10 more years, we still want closure. I don't care if the movie hits $1 billion or $2 billion, which it won't hit. And if it does, let's see how many empty seats are in those theaters, because I smell something happening similar to Captain Marvel. Because also another thing I pointed out. Let me show you right here. Hold on. While I look at it, is remember when we were talking about the toys of the pre-sale toys. Remember we were talking about the BVS toys, the Superman, everything sold out. Remember that? And we did it unboxing. I bought 2. And now they're saying this Superman thing sold out. Yeah, $59.47. That's cheap. I did the math right here. I did a little, maybe a little typo here and there. The box that I bought, the limited edition, it was like around $522. That's it. Do the math right here. 59 and was 47 cents, but whatever, times 500. That's almost $30,000. I kid you not. I will bet money James Gunn or WBD bought all that shit just to control the narrative. Because look at it. And even if it was 1,000 copies, $60,000 for them is pocket change. Tell me if I'm wrong.
No, I'm not saying that's not a possibility, man. People, y'all got to remember the day and the age we live in. People are capable of doing some really, really awesome things with computers. We live in the digital age, and people don't even believe in what the truth is anymore. The truth is how they feel. If I feel this way, then that's the truth.
Right.
Regardless of if the truth is staring them right in the face, which that's just some of the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard in my life, especially coming from a grown man's mouth. But anyway, I digress. So
I wanted to share one last thing, Charles.
Yeah, go ahead.
Pretty much our friends right here, you know, these guys, said the quiet part out loud. You know, let's play this so people can get an idea, because
that's actually what I was going to bring up.
Because people say that no, these guys are fans, these guys are this.
Man, I'm struggling with what I can say and what I can't.
Well, what did James Gunn tell you?
See, I got told something this week that they even said I could say it.
You hear that?
Well, haven't they cast the Batman already? Isn't it what's his face?
Who?
The guy who's in he's in.
Go ahead and pause it right there for me.
No, there was just some rumor.
All right, now I want everybody to kind of recount what he just said. I was told that I could say this. Now, if a person were not receiving some sort of monetary something or other, compensation, some sort of incentive
Access.
for access, stuff like that. So if he's being told he can and cannot do something, what makes you think that he's not a shill? We don't have that kind of access. Everything that we know pretty much comes from the general public or a source that has already been sourced. Whatever. We don't have backdoor access. We don't have any of those things on this podcast, but they do. And they want you to trust what they say while WBD pays them for that.
In other
Now
words,
let's be
they want you to believe them instead of your own eyes, what you hear.
correct. Now, far as what we hear, this movie is not in very good shape. They cut 40 minutes?
Something like that, yeah.
So this film is shaping up to be kind of like a weird, made for TV movie of the week type kind of thing. So I don't, like I said, I don't really care if this however much money this film make. Like I said, they've already been doing some dubious shit behind the scenes trying to get this film out there and make James Gunn look like he's some sort of genius when he's not. All right. You can talk him up all you want to. Tweets just don't go away. Telling the fractious, the fan base that they're fractious, that doesn't go away. Deliberately putting a rift between the fans the way you did it, that doesn't go away. You admitting that you were trolling Zack Snyder's fans by taking a picture with that goofy ass smile you had, like, see, look what I can do. That doesn't garner any trust when it comes to us. It's that simple. It doesn't garner any trust at all. So keep that in mind, James Gunn fans. When your boy is goofing off like that, he's dividing the fan base further and further and further, and you probably don't care, but you're gonna care come July 11th. You're gonna care.
Yeah, that's what. And then later they're gonna be like, "Oh, release the gun cut." No, you're not. You don't get that treatment. You don't
Release
get it.
Release the gun cut for more what? Gags and laughs. I heard Feige had to put a leash on homie when he was making Guardians of the Galaxy. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
He has some off the wall shit planned for all three of them. If the third movie, no, I'm sorry, if the second movie with the whole taser face and the gags and the laughs and all, if that movie was any indication, that was James Gunn's movie right there. That first movie was tamped down so hard that you're right. Well, yeah, it's goofy, but that wasn't him. He got a little bit more leeway on the second one, and you can tell that was him just based off of the writing. You can tell that was him.
Well, he didn't write the first one.
No, he didn't.
But he took all the credit.
That would be Nicole Perlman. Everybody, she's the one that wrote that film. She's the one that came up with the whole idea about the Walkman. Only she had 80s music as her plan and not 60s and 70s music. But other than that, that was her idea. Star-Lord was actually supposed to be just a hair more of a serious character. He's supposed to be more like a Han Solo, from what I understand. He was supposed to be that type of gallant hero, not like the one you saw.
Not the
That's
dance
what
song.
I hear. Right. Exactly.
Let's watch this last one and we'll wrap this up, because this is another doozy one. Because again, guys, we're like Charles said, we don't have sources. We don't shill. We don't need it. If people want to give us information for free, great. But we ain't going to control no narrative because we ain't for sale. I don't care. They could put $1 million in front of us. The answer is no. 2 million, 3 million. No, because again, we believe in being truthful to you guys, the audience, because it's
I
you
come
guys
from
that
an
we
old,
care about.
I come from an old time, ladies and gentlemen, where integrity actually mattered.
Yep.
That simple.
Promoting it like they're promoting James Gunn's personal social media. He's
Promoting
all
it.
over the marketing. If it succeeds, it's all James Gunn. If it fails, it's on James Gunn. I'd rather see him promote the story, the characters, what Superman means, how this will be a different Superman. He talked about that. The biggest thing he talked about was how great James Gunn was. It really was.
So that's
Like-
what all the actors were kind of talking about.
James Gunn
what
is
James brought to this and blah blah
he's-
blah.
He's so great. He's so great. He's the only one who could be an asshole on set. And that was one of the quotes.
Wow.
Yeah, like, I mean, sure, you can read a
So there you have it.
It's not us saying it. It's not us. But obviously, you guys are going to attack us later because, oh, you guys don't like just got motherfuckers. We're just telling you what other people are saying. And this is no secret. Now, if you guys can't accept reality, well, that's your problem. We're speaking truth here. James Gunn.
And as I always say, every time you guys come to our X Twitter page, and it is me you're talking to, generally I'm the one that's responding to everything. When you come into the Lethal Geeks podcast page on X and start talking smack, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm an adult. I'm not a kid. I'm not some shill. I'm not paid to do any of this crap. I'm not. I got a family. I come here because I want to tell people the truth. And the truth is, this has been a long-standing plan since before you could put on your own damn pants to replace Zack Snyder with a Marvel person to turn DC into Marvel.
For the
This
third
has been a
time, by the
long,
way.
for the third time. For the third time they tried this. They did it, and they've been doing it for a while. They've been interfering from a while for a while. But Donner, why do you think he didn't make? Why do you think Donner wasn't on Superman 2? Why do you think they brought in what's his name?
I forgot his name.
Lester
something. Yeah.
Lister, something like that. Why do you think he wasn't on Superman 2? Because Donner's original idea for Superman, and Christopher Reeves, who played Superman and Clark Kent, talked about it in an interview. He talked about what Superman was supposed to represent ideally, and it is not a bumbling, stumbling fool, oaf Clark Kent. Mild-mannered doesn't mean goofy and stupid and nerdy. Mild-mannered means your attitude is laid back. It means you like to lay in the cut and observe and watch things. That's what mild manner is. It means that he doesn't go off the cuff and get an attitude and get upset and he's hyper. That is what mild mannered Superman is. You don't even know he's there, but he's there. That's what mild mannered means. It doesn't mean all the shit that you think when you saw 78 Superman pulling up his glasses and being goofy and all of that. That's not what Donner had in mind. That's why he wasn't on part 2.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that. Go learn some history, guys, and you'll see what Superman Donner wanted to actually to.
Even Christopher Reeves in interviews,
he said it. What
He said
Superman was
interviews.
was Christopher Reeve describing? The exact one that Zack Snyder created in Henry Cavill. You don't have to like it. You can hang on to your security blanket and your bottle and your milk and all that all you want to, but that's the truth. And if you don't believe this, go look it up. He wanted a Superman exactly how Zack Snyder created him. It's that simple.
and just to remind you, for you guys, Man of Steel, Zack directed it. Christopher Nolan, Academy Award winner, by the way, wrote the script.
Thank you for that clarification, boss. So again, for those of y'all blaming Zack Snyder for destroying your life because he made a film you didn't like, that was a story envisioned by Christopher Nolan and David S. Goyer. Go look it up. The reason why he wanted Zack Snyder to do it is because guess what? Real recognize real. That's how this whole thing started. Christopher Nolan wanted a legacy for DCEU, kind of like his Batman trilogy. Serious, darker in tone. The characters have real stakes, all that good stuff. A story put together. That's it. He wanted to carry that on with a DCEU, and he recommended Zack Snyder because he was the perfect person to do it. And he is the perfect person. So there you go. So the behind the scenes footage where we started this video and everything else we've been talking about. Basically, Gunn is in everything. Gunn was in the promotion. He was in the Shaq thing.
commercials.
He was in the commercials. There's a reason for that, guys. Now, like I said, WBD will tell you that we're doing it because we're trying to establish trust. No, James Gunn is doing it because this is a vanity project for him. It's a vanity project. So I'm not gonna go watch,
and it's gonna flop.
Gotta flop.
hard.
I'm not gonna watch a director's vanity project because it says to me that they're really not gonna put heart into it as to what the general audience may want to see out of this film. He's gonna put himself in this film. He's gonna inject his personality into this film. That's why I don't want to see it.
Mm-hmm. So
James
guys,
Gunn is 50. James Gunn is 56 years old, guys, not
Mhm.
6. He has humor like a 6-year-old. And if that's y'all thing, by all means, spend your money on that. 5 minutes later, forget about it. But I don't go to the movies to pay $15-$16 a pop to forget about it in 5 minutes.
and that's without popcorn or drinks, or if you're going with family or girlfriend or whatever.
Correct.
So-
I don't have that type of money to spend. So when I go see a movie, I want to see a film that has a lasting impact on me, a la Sinners.
Oh yeah, Sinners. If you guys haven't, we've made a one-shot review. Please go watch it. And guys, remember July 11th. Hashtag no Snyderverse, no money,
No money
and wallets closed.
while it's closed. All right, but what do you guys think, man? I mean, do you guys leave your comments in here, man? We definitely want to know what you think. Do you guys think that this film is going to flop? Do you think that this is just a James Gunn vanity project and it's just all about him and that's the reason why it's going to flop? Yeah, share your thoughts, man, and hit that subscribe. Definitely. Phil, what do you think, man?
I think it's gonna flop. And July 11th, like I said, no Snyderverse, no money, wallets closed. So guys, let us know in the comments down below, and we'll see you next time on One Shots.
Peace.